Hello and welcome back to the Great War Western Front in what I fully expect to be our final episode of this series. I think we should be able to break the Allies' will in just a few turns here. Now for this first battle, they're attacking Hazebrouck again from Calais. We only have, 4 corps there, plus some tanks and planes. And they've got 10 corps lined up against us. This will be a tough defensive battle, but I think we've built in a good amount of fortifications, and we should be set to hold them off. So we have the same defense we've been using here, and somehow we ended up with a lot less supply than the last couple of battles. Why do I have no air support here? I wonder if that has something to do with the muddy season? If that's cutting my supply, I didn't look at what that effect actually was. So we have just one battery of artillery. I have one heavy tank that I'm going to use to try to hold off any real heavy attacks. Tried to deploy my regulars in front and just a couple of conscripts to fill in holes. This is the only trench I have with 2 units in it, thinking it's in the middle, most likely to be assaulted, or I can send one of these to quickly reinforce another point. I'm going to get my tank moving over here since they just hit it with artillery. I'm thinking that might be where they launched their first assault. So I'll watch that carefully and wait for the waves to come. See if I can see any environmental effects from tanks moving or anything like that. Did I just hear something? Thought I heard like a structure break or something. Let's see if they send anything out this way. Still just that one artillery barrage we faced. So my tank arrived. We got this nice Sturmpanzerwagen. When we're facing assaults, I like to have it... here we go. Let's get this up a little closer. And I'm unfortunately not going to be able to use my gas rounds here because I just don't have the supply for it. Let's take out this tank. I will send my tank to hunt it. I'm going to have it hold position, and just stay here and keep hitting that tank. There we go. Now I'm going to turn and try to get some fire going on these other guys. This is quite the attack we're facing. Wow, and we got flamethrowers too. Let's get this tank moving forward. They did manage to take a trench, but with my tank providing fire, let's see, if I get in the right spot, I'll be able to take out this flamethrower team and retake it pretty quick. There we go. Let's get 2 machine guns firing on it, maybe even 3. And once this company's out, I will retake that trench and reinforce, slide everyone up. Once this barrage ends, I'll pull this group back too, since they're so beat up. Seems like it should be it. That's very nice. My tank didn't take any damage there, because I'm going to be running real tight on supplies to be able to replace a tank. So that's one attack down. In the past, they have given up after 1 or 2 attacks. I think maybe in the first attack on this sector they did 3, but I'm wondering if they're a little lighter on supplies now, so they don't have the ability to push through in 3 attacks. I haven't been using my grenadiers and stormtroopers since they're more useful on the offensive. They are good to have in defense if you're trying to retake trenches, running through trench networks and counterattacking to push out their first wave, but just sitting in a static defense like I am here, I don't think they're worth it. I'm going to send some conscripts up to this point. Here we go. We got another attack. Let's get the tank over there right away. Let's get some artillery. Now, hopefully, if they stay this concentrated, I'll be able to do some real serious damage with heavy artillery. It would be nice to have more, but I just don't think that's in the cards for me. Let's see what we've got. This is a huge attack. No, let's retreat this company, and then I'm gonna send in another tank. Let's see. Let's go with the machine gun tank. There we go. This first company is not gonna make it. Well, they actually made it into my trench. And here we go. We've got my tank coming in. I thought they had a tank. I don't know if I destroyed it or just pushed it back. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So now we've got our supplies depleted. Let's see. Let's get a cannon tank in here. Oh, and I'm down to one supply. Hopefully I could take out this tank. And I lost my heavy. Alright, so we've got to be real careful how we use our last company here. Oh, we don't even get it because I forgot the cost doubled. So I think we're going to lose Y. I don't think we're going to be able to hold it. And I'm going to lose. They requested a ceasefire. I'll take it. I don't know why they would, since they had me on the ropes. They must have been really low on supply. What hurt me there was supply. I didn't have the points to build emplacements like I like to. I couldn't call in the reinforcements I wanted, was stuck using conscripts when I would have liked to use regulars. I also did take some extra casualties there. So in the grand scheme of things, I don't think this will be too impactful, considering we passed the historical armistice date, and everyone's now facing a 30-point per turn willpower drop. So just looking at how many points they have left, they can't survive long. 4 turns, absolute max. Probably less when you consider the willpower they're going to lose in battles. There we go. So they're down to 123. And we have the same one again. Now, why is my max supply draw so low? Is it... You know, I wonder if that was a, what's it called? A sabotage effect or something. Let's, do I want to auto-resolve this? I'll risk a star. As long as they're losing willpower and not gaining it, I'll take it. How did they lose 100? This is going to be over fast. I thought it was 30 per turn. This is going to take a while to tick down. Last legs. It is only a matter of time before they fail. They're down to 19. I say, let's try to win this on the offensive. Let's launch some good attacks on this point here. Yeah, let's go for it. Blizzard, reduce sight range. I have no idea what we're going to face here, but I'm excited for it. So we're on the offensive here. Let's see. Looks like kind of a standard setup. I think I'd like to push across A. That looks to have the nicest no man's land as far as no man's lands go. Put a couple extra trenches here. Actually, just one. Throw them back here for holding some troops. And we've got a lot of supply here. Let's see. Maybe the next battle we'll try some siege artillery. Let's get a first wave of conscripts ready. And then some regulars behind them. Actually, let's get some conscripts across the front too. Just so we don't use all of our points or all of our troop slots getting ready for the assault and completely forget to defend anything. Then let's get a heavy tank here too. I said let's get a heavy tank here too. Can't forget the artillery. It's a big map. Got to find a good spot for the artillery. Let's try the angle here. And then the light. Very important on the offensive. I don't like how it snaps to a grid here. Makes it a little tougher to get an ideal artillery placement. And then as far forward as we can, let's get our balloon up. And with one slot left, let's just throw some stormtroopers up there. Looks good. All right, first thing, let's get the balloon up and see what we're dealing with. Looks to be a blockhouse, maybe. And we can't see much over here, so I'm going to send an air recon mission. Looks like they're doing their standard suicide attack. Wow, actually made it surprisingly far there. These are just conscripts, so the rifle fire is going to be less effective. They have a lot of stuff in here that I need to bombard. Let's do some basic barrages here. Get everything kicking off. I'm sure it was really loud over there. Absolutely would not want to be part of that. Now, tanks can break down barbed wire, so I'm going to have my... No, not you. I'm going to have my tank go first, or at least with the first wave, so that they can bust through this barbed wire. What do we got? We got some flamethrowers moving around. Still a little frustrated by the planes not actually hitting targets, but I am on an old patch now. I had to stay on the old patch to preserve my save game. After I finish this campaign, I'll be able to move up to the new patch. All right, artillery's ready. Let's plan this attack. And in this patch, moving to spots still works better because if you move to trenches, you get some movement bugs. And they don't always actually move. Sometimes they stay still. So we're all going to move forward. And looks like everyone's set here. And then I'll deal with exactly where when we get closer. So everyone's moving. Good. And now you got the tank moving. And let's start the rolling barrage now. Trying to gauge exactly how close to put it. And then making sure we're hitting some of these positions with heavy artillery as well, trying to bust them up. There we go, the rolling barrages are giving us smoke cover. This first wave, we're just gonna sacrifice. Wow, they've got guys out of trenches everywhere. This is a little wild here. So we've got quite the setup here. Now we can get some light artillery going to keep them suppressed a bit. But we're facing quite a lot of resistance. I've got to keep the heavy artillery barrages up. Try to weaken their forces a little bit. But this is going to be hard. And we got to move this tank away before we start getting heavy artillery too close. Now they're taking rifle fire, which I don't really want to put up with. I wonder why we're having so much trouble firing onto troops on this side. There we go. Now we're firing at the grenadiers. Or the raiders, I guess, on the Allied side. Oh, they fired back. That's not good. Let's plan this attack a little more, rather than just throwing our guys into the meat grinder. We've got some troops we can actually try to capture territory here, but not if I'm not careful about it. And what do I have for artillery? A little upset that I wasted a tank like that. We'll make it to this trench, I think. Good news is that where we are now, they're going to have to go through some fire to make it to our trenches. Oh, these guys are going to give us a hard time. Let's get a machine gun tank up here. Went through some troops there. That wasn't easy. So there we go. We're at least holding them off. This Grenadier Company, I guess I haven't attacked Grenadier Companies in the open like that. That was a tough fight. They can really put out some damage when you're in the open. But we've got reinforcements coming up. And I want to be able to dislodge them, fully capture A. There we go. I'm just out of the range of artillery for one of my guns on this left side. I'm going to sit here with this machine gun tank and see if I can take down the raiders. Let's get this company moving up. And where else? I'll try to take this trench too. Maybe throw some light artillery back here just in case they've got riflemen waiting for me. There we go, we made it. Now let's get this tank up a little further and maybe try to get these guys while they're on the way to it. At least weaken them a little. There we go. These flamethrowers are going to be tough to defeat. They're just tough to get out of a trench. But I think we've got it here. Oh man, they've got some serious reinforcements coming up to take me on. They're really trying to counterattack. But since the beginning of this campaign, we have known our strategy was to inflict more casualties than we take and to really play that attrition game, and it's worked. No reason to stop here. We'll just keep working on it. Keep the artillery fire up. We've got 900 supply, so we can use our artillery without too much concern. Let's see if we can work on these guys instead. Weaken them up before they get to my troops. I'm going to send one of my units up to that trench just to hold it. Maybe start to take them on a bit before they get too close. Now I think we've got to clear this back line before we can start actually capturing A. I'm guessing that's where the troops are that are preventing us from taking it. We'll keep moving up. This tank has been pretty valuable in support. There we go. These companies are really weak. I think with some more hits from artillery, they'll run. All right, nothing here. There we go. Now we're capturing A. It's taking a long time, but we're working them down. And I don't think I'm going to push for the full full sweep of the sector. I'm just going to sit with a minor victory here. All right, let's call it. Let's cease fire. We pushed him back a little. There we go. It was actually a stalemate. Surprising, but we did take some casualties there, especially in that first and second wave. All right, they're down to 15 national will. And let's see, we've got 2 points here. Seeing if there'd be anything fun to do with those 2 points. Let's do some balloon busting. That could be good if we get attacked in an area where we have planes. So I'm gonna buy an air wing. Let's see, try to throw it in a spot where I suspect we might get attacked. Let's do Verdun, I think. All right, so I think this should be the final turn. I'm going to try to do this. Hoping this is a a battle that'll be fun for us, hoping they counterattack.
The
Nope,
armies of the German
they did
Empire,
not.
the finest fighting force the world had ever seen, was victorious. As in the Franco-Prussian War before it, the German army crashed through the French lines. In spite of their tenacity, the British were pushed back to the sea. As artillery thundered across Paris, its leaders conceded, prone at the feet of the Kaiser. The Entente alliance was no more. History would forever be changed. Germany now emerged as a nation powerful enough to shape the modern world, stripping the Allies of their colonies and building their own. Galvanized by victory, this new superpower would shape the world for years to come. Just how far would its ambition take it?
And there we go. We have completed the campaign. I was hoping for one last counterattack against us that we could use some balloon busting missions, but I'll take a victory. And we have the credits. So there we go. Now I get to take a look at some statistics here. 86 battles, only 14 auto-resolved. 1 care package. I used 8 espionage missions. I stopped using those after a while when we knew what we were up against. And our final score was 8,900. So I think in the new patch they've added some more stats. I'll be curious to see how those look. I've really enjoyed this game. I think I'm going to come back to it, considering an Allies playthrough. Not right away. I have some other games I want to play through first. But yeah, this was a convincing enough game for me that I think I'm going to pick it back up sometime. Thanks again for watching. Hope you've really enjoyed this series and stick around for the next one. Have a good day.